Hi guys. All right, so I decided to make a video because um, I've been looking at videos for a while now on the Rh negative blood types. Now, this has intrigued me for a couple of years now, um, almost 7 actually, to be precise, and there's a reason why. Now, if you look into Rh negatives, a lot of people on YouTube say it's got to do with the falling angels, and there's certain blood types. If you look in scriptures and the Egyptians, all of that stuff, you can go look for it. I'm not here to tell you all about that. Book of Enoch, everything. It's Adam and Eve. They were AB negatives, and they mixed blood types together. Um, so anyways, so that's that. If you go look into it, our DNA is obviously with blood types, and so now they have, for us women who give birth, they have a Rogan shot that they give you when you're an Rh negative mother, because if you have a baby with an Rh positive person, the not that pregnancy, but the following pregnancy, you can have an A baby, and your blood mixing with the baby that's growing, the A blood will, or A blood, the positive blood will um, cause problems, and in a lot of times miscarry. And people wonder why they keep miscarrying. A lot of the times it's to do with that. And you might be a lot more sensitive depending on your blood type, so you might have a lot more complications than someone else. Than someone that's like an O negative, like me. That if I was to mate with A, it might cause problems, but anyways. So I did get pregnant in year 2000 in 2K. Yeah, oh my God, is the end of the world gonna happen? No, we survived. Look, hey, 2018. 2K was a myth. So was 2012. Anyways, yeah, I got pregnant. I lost that one. Um, I'm gonna try to find out, ask him, because I'm still friends with him. I'm friends with most of my exes, but I will try to find out if he's positive, because I have a theory he is, because then years down the line, when I got pregnant with my current partner, who is also an O negative, I lost that baby. So it could have been because it was it was complications due to him being an A beforehand and losing that. Makes it harder later. Anyways, so after that, I had no problem, no problems at all. I had got pregnant right away. Um, I sneeze and get pregnant. Fuck. Anyways, whatever. That's what's God's will. That's what God will, right? I love my children. Um, so I had my first, and we're both O neg, we gave our blood types to my office, the obstetrician's office, and they're like, okay, you don't need the Rogan shot. Normally we'd give it to you around 20 weeks or so, um, or 25 or something like that. And they're like, no, you don't need it. So great, of course. After that, when I had my second one in 2014, that was 2010, and in 2014, come time for the Rogam shop, they're like, okay, we're gonna set you up for it. I said, I don't need it. We're both O negatives, the family O negs. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, I don't care if it doesn't hurt to take it in case. No, I don't need it. I'm like, I won't get into that vaccines, but let's say I am very iffy on certain ones. And so, flu shot, no. Any shots, pregnancy, no. No, big no. And I am very straight to the point. So you can't really fuck with me in that sense. Like, I'm not gonna go, okay, maybe I guess if it's safe. Fuck you. Like, no. So, anyways, they didn't like the big no, but they got to know me, and they got to know, and every time I would go in, every single appointment, and they would check my blood pressure and all that check at the beginning, they'd say, okay, it's time for your organ shot. Mm-mm. Oh, it just keeps telling us. They could easily mark it off, like she doesn't need. But they left it to flag every fucking time in case that one day I'm just like, okay, I guess it's important. Why not, right? Even the doctor, that was the nurses, even the doctor was like, okay, you could take it. Fuck you. No. So I'm giving birth. I'm in labor for that one. And they come and they try to take my blood. I said, what is that for? And they're like, oh, we're checking your blood type. I'm like, why? And they're like, well, some people lie about it, and we want to be sure. Okay, no, you didn't need it before. Oh, it's just a precaution we take, just in case. I said, look, we're both negatives, it's the same. Yeah, we believe you, we just want to make sure. So anyways, zip forward to my third, which was last September I had her. Once again, bugging me about the shot. No, I don't fucking need it. So at 20 weeks, so they were bugging me early on that one. They were bugging me at 18 weeks. At 20 weeks, it was 19 and 5 days. I had crazy pains in my stomach. It's a cyst that I had that was never bothering me. It used to be 3 centimeters, and it turned into 10. And then it started to hurt, started to twist. So I was in freaking pain. Go to the hospital. Couldn't really do anything. I had to yell for something to take away pain. And they did surgery and took off a cyst removal. Actually, I had 2. I had one on the other side that was like 1.5 or something. It was nothing. So they just took it. Anyways, so they have my blood. They have my blood. They took my blood, of course. They have my blood. And so they know damn well what I am. And a month later, after I was at home, and they called me and they're like, yeah, hi, we're the hospital, and the Queensway Hospital, and we're calling to get you to come in to do your organ job. And then I'm like, I don't need it. And, okay, hospital, you should know this, but okay. And, in fairness, they don't have the records, even though that's the hospital I gave birth to my first one. And second. Okay, and second. And so then I'm like, look, I don't need it. And they're like, well, the doctor, I won't say her name, I'll be nice. The doctor, my OB, for all of them, that even goes even deeper. Anyways, the doctor signed off on it that you need it. So she wants you to do it. So no. So I had them call my OB office to find out that my husband's O negative blood. And then they call me and they say, well, we'd like him to come in and give us some blood to make sure. Are you serious? And so I was like, no, you have it all on file. I don't need it. You don't need it. Goodbye. Okay, we're done. So at the office, I did still get pestered about the Rogaine shot anyways, even after all that. Like, we bugged that office all day long, because they just kept pushing, and I was like, no, fuck no. They don't like that. Anyways, like I said, they know me now after 3 kids. So anyways, and then, so I was coming close to the end of the pregnancy, and they're like, oh, your baby is too big. We're going to have to schedule a C-section. And I'm like, no, I don't need a C-section. I want it just natural. It'll come when it comes. And I didn't buy into the baby's too big. It was, what it was on the ultrasound? Like 8.5 or something like that. 8.5 at 38 weeks. Like, that's not big. That's not 12 pounds, man. But they were trying to use that to get me to okay a scheduled C-section. I'm like, no. And she called, left messages on my phone. The nurse did at first a couple of times, and then she even left. They were like, oh, we're so disappointed that you didn't show up to get induced, because they were like, they had written me down. And I'm like, no, but I don't think I'm going to do it. And they're like, we want you to go there anyways. They didn't care that I didn't want. They just were like, we want you to go there. They expected me to go. I didn't go, and then they were calling my phone, leaving messages going, why didn't you go? Why didn't, you know? Okay? Well, when that really starts to make you go, what the hell, right? So maybe some of these theories could be true. I mean, I'm living it. And anyways, I'll get to the point. So I didn't go, and I went into normal labor a couple of days later, and on 9/11. And yeah, and then it was really painful, super painful, not like before. So finally, they're like, yeah, we'll get her in, and they had seen they talked to me about the whole. That she wanted to induce me, and that, you know, that the doctor was like, you know what I mean, they had me penciled in. They wanted to C-section me no matter what, man. There's some reason for it. It's not a conspiracy. I lived it, I saw it. They wanted me to C-section so bad. I had natural the other 2 times, no problems, no complications, whatever. And they tried to say the baby was going to be big. She was 7'6", the first one, and the second one was 8'6", 8'9", and so was this one, the third one, as well. So yeah, anyway, so I knew it was false. I knew it was trickery. So anyways, so they did put me on the machine to, you know, get the Pitocin going or whatever, to labor. And everything's fine. I'm in the pushing stage. Epidural went well. I'm pushing. Everything's fine. And suddenly the heartbeat goes down, and they all swarm in and say, C-section. C-section. Lo and behold, C-section. I'm in the middle of pushing. Everything's fine. Everything's been fine. There's been no problems. And I'm pushing. Everything's fine. And the doctor that was on call, or I guess she was ready, she was finished up what she was doing, and they knew they were going to force C-section on me. It was penciled in days ago. She comes in, and they're like, we're going to emergency C-section, but the room's busy. Wait for the move. Time is pressing. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, everything goes back to normal. Dude. I'm like looking at my husband going, please God, do something. Boop, everything goes back to normal again. Everything's fine. Their faces went, oh shit. Like, I swear, like, oh shit, our plan is, I looked at the doctor, and she went, okay, the room's ready now, let's go. And then I said, whoa, can't I push? Everything's, no, it's emergency. It ignored me. I'm like, no, I want to push. I was like telling them, I want to push. It's good now, let's push. And they're like, no. Like, you don't understand, you know, and then put me on the thing, up to the emergency. And they're like, you're going to feel pressure, boom, and boom. It's a girl, I already knew that. And then I'm out. And there you go, they got their C-section from those. There's a word for it. So I'll leave you to guess. Isn't it more fun that way? Anyways, so I made this video, so I keep explaining it on these videos to people, and I tried to explain it, and at least a chunk of it, because you can only write that much. And yeah, and they shut off my phone. Go figure. Anyways, yeah, it just turned off. So I said, screw it, I'll get my iPad, I'll make a video, and even better, so I can just point to this. So that's my story. There's a lot more in depth about that subject with me, but that's just the pregnancy part that is everyone knows about. So anyway, so leave it up to you if you think it's just coincidence that they were doing, just wanting my blood, wanting to C-section, wanting to harvest. I'll leave that to you, but I have my own thing.